Welcome to Pokemon This Gym of Mine, the fan-made game where you get to become a gym leader and build up a struggling town. We're going to be trying to make it 100 days in this game to see how far we can get as a gym leader, and let me tell you, this game is awesome, so make sure you stick around until the end. Also, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy the video. When starting the game, you get to choose to be any type of gym leader you want, and you get 3 options for starters of that type. For this run, I chose Ice as it's one of the weaker types, but also one of my favorites. Our options for starters were Swinub, Bergmite, and Lapras, and although I love Mamoswine, I decided to go with Lapras as a starter to start off strong, and I wanted to make a good first impression. Hit the like button if you think Lapras is an awesome Pokemon. We're greeted by the mayor of Umbal City, who explains we'll be taking over the local gym due to the recent leader randomly leaving. He also mentions that a gang has taken over the town, and because of this, people really don't like gym leaders. So it's up to us to protect this town and turn people's opinions around. On our way into town, a girl gives us some Pokeballs and begs us not to leave and give up on the town like the previous gym leader. Little do they know that I mean business, and that this town was in for a gym leader like they'd never seen before. We also gained some reputation by beating trainers around the town, so obviously people value a strong gym leader. I tried talking to a few residents of the town on my way to the gym, but none of them would talk to me, and most of them seem pretty displeased to see yet another gym leader. Gaining their trust might just be a little harder than I thought. At the gym, the mayor informs me that we can start tomorrow, but for the time being, we should check our house. Wait. Is he floating? Anyways, inside our house, we find the TM for Ice Beam, and we immediately teach it to our Lapras and make our way to the town hall. There we find a biker causing some issues. Unfortunately for him, he challenges us with his level 4 Poochyena and level 5 Scraggy, which both easily go down to our Lapras' Ice Beam, defeating the biker and gaining even more reputation. Nice. And just like I'm here to protect this town from scheming bad guys, our video sponsor is here to protect you while online. Surfshark VPN is a great tool for keeping your identity safe by encrypting all of your information on the internet. That way, criminals and big corporations can't snatch up your personal data, which is crazy important with how much we use the internet these days and how easy it is for others to access your data. Surfshark also allows you to access media that might not be available in your region. Have you ever been scrolling through TikTok and then you find a show or a movie that you want to watch, and when you log into Netflix, you find out that it's not available in your region? I know I have. With Surfshark, you can easily change your location to wherever you need or where that content is available, and boom, you now have access to all the media available anywhere. Use my link in the description or enter the code QJCosmic when signing up to get 3 months free. And with their 30-day money-back guarantee, you can try out this service absolutely worry-free. And trust me guys, it is super important with as much as we are on the internet today to make sure your information is safe and secure, and it gives me peace of mind knowing exactly that. And that's only one of the many ways that Surfshark provides an awesome service. Definitely try it out guys, it's super worth it, and again, if you don't like it, there is that 30-day money-back guarantee. Use my code or the description, and thank you Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Inside the town hall, the mayor explains all of the duties we have as a gym leader. Firstly, we start with 3 Pokemon on our team for the gym. No more, no less. And all of them either need to be Ice type or be able to learn the move Ice Beam. For the sake of this challenge, I'm going to make sure they are all Ice type regardless. He also tells us that we'll need to hire gym trainers as well as help build buildings around the town so that we can earn income and reputation. Man, these buildings are expensive. Back at our mailbox, we'd received several applications like this gym guy guide who stands in front of the gym and helps guide trainers. On day 2, we met our first 2 gym trainers, Jimmy and Sandy, who don't seem too thrilled about the situation, but in the middle of their complaints, the gym guide comes in excitedly introducing himself. We're told we don't have to be at the gym every day and we can't lose too often or else we'll be fired, so I decided to do some exploring and training around town. I also need to find 2 more Pokemon to add to the team. This old man gives us all 3 fishing rods, which is super nice, and this gentleman absolutely destroys us with his level 24 Dragonair. Yep. I'm gonna need to do more training. While training up, I ran into this amazing regional form Onyx that looked like it might be a fire type, and I eventually found a cave and found our first new team member, Snorunt. We also found a Smoochum, and although it's not my favorite Pokemon, it was all we could find, so we snagged it and trained it up. With the team now complete, it was time to start our first day as gym leader. When we start a day, we face several trainers with different teams that do become repetitive over time, but it's the best way to earn money and reputation, so we defeat a bunch of Starlies, Flabébés, Fletchlings, Hoppips, as well as millions of bug types. Suddenly a scientist comes in with an Aeron that looks kinda different, which gets me itching to go out and exploring looking for more custom ice types. After each day in the gym, we're able to go to the break room where our trainers and guide will be. On the first day, it was just us and the guide, so we went home to begin the next day. We spent a couple days training in the gym until day 8, when our gym guide knocked on the door and asked us to meet down at Town Hall. After complimenting how we'd been doing this far, a girl named Elizabeth stormed up and began arguing with the mayor over his choice to hire us as gym leader. Apparently, she's the best trainer in town, and she challenged us to a battle to prove we deserve to be here. She then stormed off to the gym, and we headed over to fight her. She led Clefairy, and even with potions, it eventually fell to Ice Beam. Her Drifloon then stood no chance against Ice Beam as well. This move is a little strong for such low-level Pokemon. We switched into Lapras to take down her Fanfy with Water Gun, and finally her Goomy fell as easily to Ice Beam as the others. After her defeat, she tells us she's gonna keep watch on us, so I guess all we can do is get stronger. The next day we get a call from the mayor letting us know that we had ranked up to rank 1 of 8 as a gym leader, and that we should level up to about 15 before going back to the gym. So we do just that and go train up our Pokemon. With our level 15 team, we head back to the gym and almost immediately get wiped out by a level 17 Staravia. The mayor really used the words about 15 loosely when suggesting levels. Luckily, Lapras had no issues and we faced this cool looking Chinchou, maybe a dark type? Anyways, we finished the day and went on training and exploring. On day 15, we found a guy outside a cave of riddles, so we went in, answered all the questions correctly, and after telling the guy, he asked to join our team as a gym trainer. We also found a biker dude blocking this entrance to a cave, so we decided to face him, and unfortunately his team was pretty strong. After defeating his level 21 Snorunt, he sent in a level 28 Mawile, which we barely managed to take out with Life Dew, Sing, and Water Gun from our Lapras. His next Pokemon, Ice-Q, then swept our team. While back in town, we bought blueprints for our first building and started making money each day, then went back to work at the gym. By day 20, we were able to talk to our gym trainers in the break room and even do some training afterwards, gaining their trust even more. On day 22, we encountered the evolved form of the regional Aeron, and even though it's mostly a color change, I absolutely loved it. Day 26 started with someone at the door calling us to Town Hall, where the mayor upgraded our gym to rank 2. Suddenly, the biker gang rolled up looking for a fight. With Scraggy as their lead, we switched into Lapras, who managed to freeze them before easily knocking them out. Trainers in this game use a lot of potions. His Sandshrew stood no chance against Water Gun, and our Snorunt managed to do decent damage to his Heracross due to a freeze and managed to defeat it, as well as his final Pokemon, Zora, with Ice Shard. Once again, we managed to protect our town and earn even greater respect. On our way back to the gym, we found this girl that was waiting outside, and she offered to let us train against her team of Blissies, which is super nice. This is definitely something I love in any game because it makes getting leveled up to where you need to be so much easier. With this, we managed to evolve Smoochum into Jinx. I hate this Pokemon. Anyways, we kept working at the gym and even managed to buy a new house plan on day 30. By day 35, I was tired of my current team, so I went out to explore the ice cave even more. I took on the strong trainer and her Lucario Doublade pair, and we even went back to take revenge on the biker dude with our stronger team. Our Snorunt easily took his down with Bite, and Lapras managed to knock out his Mawile with Brine. Snorunt then came back out to face his Ice-Q, and after a stupid amount of potions, we managed to take it out with Bite as well. Golbat quickly fell to Lapras' Ice Beam, and his final Pokemon, a floating ice cream cone, fell to Brine as well. Finally, we were able to make it into the cave past him, and we found even more Ice-type Pokemon. We spent the next several days catching and finding more Ice types like Ice-Q, Spheal, aw, look at this round boy, as well as Seal, Shelder, Snom, and even a Celio. Eventually, we managed to evolve our Snorunt into Glalie and went back to train our new team members up, adding Snom and Celio to this team with our Glalie. On day 41, we battled a Steel-type Cherim, and Celio quickly evolved into Walrein on day 43, so we headed home. When we arrived home, there was a knock at the door, and as we opened, we were blinded and knocked out. We finally woke up in a cave surrounded by the biker gang, who informed us they needed us to disappear for a while and to not get any funny ideas. When we spoke to the guard, they gave us the option to ask for food or drinks, and as a result, we were able to indefinitely receive Lumberries and Soda soda pops. So I did this for quite some time, and I'm not sure if they ever run out at some point, but hey, free stuff. Eventually I decided to battle them, and after winning and earning some money, I decided I would show these grunts who the real boss was around here. I then went through and battled each and every person in the hideout, including the two at the end with just my Walrein and Glalie. This was a great way to train up and earn some more money. Once outside, I explored the Badlands, battling everyone we ran into, even this hiker named Paul. Well, Paul had a level 70 Tyranitar, so we lost. Luckily, it just sent us back to the cave, so we made our way back out, avoided Paul this time, and made our way out to where the mayor and our gym guy were waiting for us. While we were talking to the mayor and our gym guy, the leader of the goons then appeared to let us know it wasn't him that set this up, and he would take care of punishing his goons. But he still said we had no place as gym leader in this town. When we arrived home, we were given the 3rd level as gym leader, meaning we had to bring 6 ice types to the gym with us. So we grabbed Lapras, Ice-Q, and Jinx for now and headed out to spend all our money on a single $25,000 house plan. I'm not sure why I did that, but it was done, so oh well. I decided to go walk around town and talk to everyone, and it seemed like everyone really liked me and all that I'd done, so my mission was on the correct path. I was slowly but surely gaining the town's trust. Up north, we spoke to some guy about the commercial district, which had way more places to build as well as businesses and monuments, but they were all so expensive that they'd have to wait for another time. There was also this awesome place called the Starter Park where you could encounter all of the starters from Generation 1 all the way through Generation 8. And while I was tempted to grab some water types, as most of them do learn Ice Beam, I decided to stick with just ice types. The mall also had a ton of good items like these leftovers, so we grabbed some and we left. On day 58, we spoke with some kid in the commercial district who said he had seen a ghost at night, so we stayed with him until the sun set and then found this girl walking around at night. It ended up just being some normal girl who wanted some alone time, so after defeating her, we realized she wasn't a real ghost. I decided that after all that had taken place with being captured as well as hunting ghosts, it was time for my team and I to take a vacation. I headed to town hall to talk to the reception lady, and she informed me of all the options. I didn't need long to decide that whatever Frigid City was exactly where I needed to go, and so off we went to spend a week in the cold. My gym guy was not at all thrilled with the choice and destination, so he headed straight for the inn. But I excitedly began to explore everything, thinking it was time to expand the team. And expand it did. While running around, I managed to find and catch an Alolan Vulpix, super adorable, an Alolan Sandshrew, which reminds me, why are tropical regional variants ice types? Anyways, I also found some regional variants of this region like the Nidoran duo that were both ice types. We finally had our own custom Pokemon to add to the team, and I was so excited. Back at the store in town, I found out you could buy evolution stones from the guy in the back of the store, and so we bought ourselves a shiny stone as well as several ice stones for our new team members. Finally, we are able to add now evolved Frostlass to the team. We also evolved Sandshrew into a Steel Ice Sandslash, which is a great typing for us being weak to steel types. We even evolved Alolan Vulpix into Ninetales. Once the vacation ended, we went back to training for several more days until we managed to evolve Nidoran into Nidorino, and then with an Ice Stone we evolved it into a Nidoking, and this thing looked amazing. It had tusks, and I think that's fur. Anyways, I loved it and spent several days training up the new team, which brought us to day 75. While talking to the townsfolk, I heard a rumor that by catching a Haunter at night, I'd be able to evolve it into something special in this region, and so I went out and caught one. I gave it an Ice Stone and created this new regional evolution, Wendigar, a new ice poison type. This thing is crazy strong, and it is such a fun twist on the Gengar line. After building our new team with our 2 Alolan forms, Ninetales and Sandslash, as well as our 2 new special regional forms, Nidoking and Wendigar, and then Walrein and Frostlass, I went back to work at the gym. At this point, we were kind of over-leveled, as trainers were now bringing in level 38s against my almost level 50 team, but I couldn't be too ready. And just as I thought we might, on day 95 we received a call from Edgar, the gang's leader. Yo, kid, this is Edgar, leader of the Rough Riders. It's time we settled this. Meet me in my chambers in the Badlands. I cannot promise my gang will stand aside for you. You'd better bring your A-team. Let's end this feud. Also, don't even think about telling the mayor of yours what's up. This is between us. After hanging up, we decided not to call anybody because if anyone was gonna be a badass, it was gonna be me. I'll finish this myself. So we spent the last few days of the challenge leveling up to get ready for the battle, and on day 100, we made it through the Badlands, down into the cave we'd been taken to before, and on to the other side where Edgar was waiting. After telling us that he had been trained in a way that taught Pokemon moves they normally couldn't use, he suggested that this battle be for all the goods. If I win, he leaves us be. If he wins, I quit and flee town. This is likely what happened to the last gym leader, but I wouldn't be the one to back down, so we started. Edgar led the special Aggron and used Dragon Claw. Our Sandslash then set up Hail and then a Swords Dance. We didn't have many healing items, but I did heal once and started using Iron Head and Icicle Spears to whittle him down and use up his healing items. We got a massive dodge due to our ability boosting evasiveness in the Hail, and then hit an Icicle Spear 5 times, defeating his Aggron. His next Pokemon, Garchomp, came out and used Flare Blitz, but missed, allowing us to knock it out as well with Icicle Spear. Edgar then sent out Hydreigon and I thought Sandslash was done, but somehow he survived a Dragon Pulse on 1 HP and easily finished off the 3-headed dragon. This Sandslash is the MVP of this run for sure. Salamence then came out and outsped us and unfortunately knocked out the Sandslash. Luckily our Wendigar was able to outspeed and knock it out with a single Ice Punch, but then it fell to Metagross's 10 Headbutt. It was then time to send in our bulky boy Walrein, and with a few surfs, Metagross fell. His final Pokemon, Tyranitar, stood no chance as we chipped it away with Surf, but those healing items kept coming in and eventually we fainted. Luckily, we brought him low enough that our Nidoking was able to finish it off, winning the battle. Edgar, clearly upset, kicked us out and we went home to sleep. And with that, we had spent 100 days building up this gym of mine with Ice-type Pokemon. Let me know in the comments your favorite Pokemon from the run, and if you'd like to see more of these runs, or just the rest of the game with Ice-types. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed, as it helps the channel, and I will see you next time. Peace.